Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another live this morning. Hope you're having a great start to your day, and we sure appreciate you guys coming on with us, and we want to say hello to some dear friends here as we start out this morning. Brahim, are you still in Detroit, my friend? And back in Portland. Okay, you answered me. Thank you, Andrea. And John. Mike from Norland. How are you, buddy? Lori Lee, Ventura, California. Sandy from Chilliwack, British Columbia, bright and early. Kim, how are you? April, good morning. Kevin, Oshawa, good morning to you. And Nick from our staff. Kate, Tirana. Eric, bonjour, he's back to work. Marl, Ottawa. Laurie, good morning. And Rosalinda from Niagara Falls. Frida. And let's see here. Suzanne, how are you? Marianne, London. Nellie, good morning. Fran, Orangeville, how are you? Johanna, the Netherlands. Nancy, Gore's Landing. And Helga, Gilmore. Deb, Motown. Monica from Granby, Quebec. Sharon from Kansas. Betty Lynn from Brantford. Debbie from North Bay, good morning. Doc McEwen from West Tennessee, how are you? Jeanette, good morning. Kristen, Madeleine, and Wendy, good morning. Etta, and Denise, good morning to ya. Jane, how are you from Toronto? Janice, Brampton, how are you? Diane, Thunder Bay, good morning to you guys. Thanks for coming on. Leela from Verner, Jeanette. Georgie, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Rita, good morning from Wasaga Beach. I don't know about there. Karen, how are you? And Doc McEwen says she's doing great. Terry, Victoria. I don't know about Wasaga Beach. Karen in Peterborough. Carol. Carol's from Wasaga too. Sandy, I didn't mean to miss you. Cheryl, the reason I'm saying that, look, I got my hoodie on this morning. Dave, how are you? Sandra, it's freezing here in Northern Ontario. In case we ever forgot where we live. I don't know about Wasaga. It's cold here in Sudbury this morning. Okay. Susan, how are you from Florida? Judy, how are you? Okay. New study out on, and by the way, sorry about yesterday for people that missed me yesterday. I had a repair guy come in here at the last second, and I had to greet him. And if I didn't, I'd miss him, and I didn't want to miss him because I don't know if he'd ever come back. Anyway. That's what happened yesterday, and we're sorry about that. For those who watch us live, I hate to disappoint. Okay, vitamin D and breast cancer. New study. And here's the headline. Low vitamin D puts a woman at risk for breast cancer. Hello? Low vitamin D puts you at risk for any cancer. But this study was on breast cancer. Not a good idea to have low levels of vitamin D. Vitamin D isn't just for your bones, my friends. It ain't. It's for everything. You are a human solar panel. Sun, stake, and steel. You need vitamin D. Now, you guys know this, but it's always good to reinforce. When these studies come out, and will they hit the mainstream? Probably not. It doesn't fit the narrative. You know, guys, why is it today? Why is it today? With all the modern advancements in medicine, why is it today that breast cancer is worse than ever? Why is it today that breast cancer is worse than ever? Well, guys, you're no better off. Prostate cancer is worse than ever too. Why? I'm a why guy. Why is that happening? You know, people sort of bury their heads in the sand and just medicine is taking care of it. No, they're not. Our government is going to take care of this problem. No, they're not. And the reason is that because, you know, my expression is they're looking for love in all the wrong places. First of all, with breast cancer, we teach this over and over again. With breast cancer, they wait for detection, not prevention. Prevention in medicine is detection, right? Early detection. Well, you already have breast cancer if they detect it. It's already there. And I'm not against detecting it, but I would much rather prevent it. Okay? And again, let's use an illustration. Repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. In front of your eyeballs, I have a ballpoint pen. The tip of that pen, just the tip of it, for cancer to grow to the size of a tip of a ballpoint pen would take 5 years. 5 years. And so you can wear pink. You can walk and go on a walk or go on a run or do whatever you want to prevent breast cancer or for breast cancer research. And I'm telling you, we're losing the war. And I don't care if any president of the United States or whatever says we're going for a moonshot to get rid of cancer. You know what? I'm not optimistic. Because right in front of their eyeballs is a vitamin. It's really not a vitamin, it's a hormone, but doesn't matter. We call it a vitamin, vitamin D. The best source of vitamin D is the sun. But most people have to supplement because they can't get in the sun enough. We live in a different world today. And one of the biggest things is they've made us scared skinny of the sun. The dermatologists have made people scared skinny of the sun and skin cancer. They've made a huge living on it. And they kept people out of the sun. And they made a colossal error. Colossal error. I look at people today, and they're scared skinny of the sun still. And this study says if you have low levels of vitamin D, and by the way, 80% at least of the population have low levels of vitamin D. They don't have high enough levels of vitamin D to fight cancer. And we have our governments and even the medical community that doesn't even really care about taking your vitamin D levels in your bloodstream, your dihydroxy 25. They're not interested. What do you want that for? You don't have osteoporosis, because that's all they think vitamin D is good for. Take out an anatomy chart and look from your head to your toes, and you need vitamin D for everything. You are a human solar panel. Your immune system needs vitamin D. Your T cells, your Navy SEALs of your immune system need vitamin D to work properly. They'll work, but they don't work properly. And so here we are, 2024, and we're getting studies showing that low vitamin D puts women at risk for breast cancer. This is abuse, guys. It's abuse. And ladies, you got to stand up for your rights. It's crazy. When I was in school in the 1970s, you know what the stats were? 1 out of 20 women in North America would get breast cancer. It's, well, depending on what you read, it's certainly, there's big time agreement on this. It's at least 1 out of 8, but it's closer, in my opinion, by the research I look at, 1 out of 6 North American women will get breast cancer. And I know, men can get breast cancer too. Okay, but it's rare. But I'm just telling you. I'm telling you what this research is showing. Don't you believe it when people tell you to stay out of the sun. Get in the sun. Get 20 minutes and you're going to get 10,000 IUs. You'll never get too much of it. And even if you supplement, it's one of the biggest jokes is the danger of taking too much vitamin D. I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but nobody sees it. I know why the waiting rooms are full in the hospital. They're waiting in the emergency department. I know why they're there. They got too much vitamin D. Nah. Nada. Niet. No. That's not why they're there. They don't have enough vitamin D. Your immune system don't work without it. Why? Why do we have so much breast cancer today? And men, just take this to the bank. Prostate cancer and breast cancer are identical twins, in my opinion. They're caused by the same things. Prostate cancer and breast cancer are identical twins. I said that back, I don't know, in the 80s. People laughed at me. What? Nah, I'm telling you. They're identical twins, caused by the same thing. So let's look at a couple of other things, because we're on breast cancer. And like I say, men, prostate cancer. 1 out of 4 men. 1 out of 20 used to get it in the 1970s, and it's 1 out of 4. If you're over the age of 50, 1 out of 4 men are going to get prostate cancer. Does that make sense to you? Are we winning the war on cancer? We're not winning the war. We're losing the war. Okay. It's a collapse, guys, of our system. It really is. It really is. It's sad that we're at this state. So let's talk about a couple of other factors in breast cancer while we're on the topic. Okay, so we know low vitamin D. Low vitamin D is associated big time with the increase in breast cancer. Ladies, get your vitamin D up. Men, get your vitamin D levels up and get them checked. If you want to make an investment in your health, then I would recommend twice a year that you get your vitamin D levels checked. Get your blood levels checked. And I know you might have to put your physician in a headlock to do it. They don't like to do it, but tell them you'll pay for it. It's an investment. It's sad because don't wait and don't hold your breath to medicine and the powers to be, even the government officials, drives me crazy, and politicians, they spend money on stupidity all over the place. But, oh, you know what? We don't want you to, you don't need a vitamin D test. What do you need that for? In our province, the province in which I live, they delisted it. I don't know, about 10 years ago, maybe more than that. And they said, no, we don't pay for that anymore unless, the person has osteoporosis. And then maybe we'll pay for the vitamin D test. It gave me worse than a migraine when that happened. I screamed. You should have heard me. I screamed so loud when they did that in my province of Ontario. I had a radio show and I just about blew a gasket. And that was about 10, 15 years ago. My word, time flies. What stupidity, I said. What healthcare official made that dumb decision not to check vitamin D levels? Not to pay for it in our universal healthcare system. Universal death care system is what I call it. It's crazy. Anywho, let's get back to the topic at hand. We're talking about breast cancer. Why are we at 1 out of 6 or 1 out of 8 women in North America? Well, obviously one is low levels of vitamin D, but there's other factors. There are. I want to talk to you about 2 growth hormones. Once again, every week, I have to answer questions on estrogen. And guys, you know me. I don't mind answering questions and I don't mind repetition. There's always new people on our podcast. There's always new people. So ask questions. Don't be shy. We're happy to answer. And, we did a whole series on don't be confused. Because here's one. Dr. Martin, I'm getting older. Okay? And I've been told that my estrogen levels are going down. Should I be taking estrogen? Okay? Now, I want you to watch my lips. No. A 2-letter word. No. Under any circumstances, never take estrogen, in my opinion. I don't like it. I like estrogen, but not to give a patient. I used to do a lot of bioidentical hormones. I liked hormones, but never, in my opinion, was to you to give estrogen. Okay? Never. They give you the birth control pill. What do you think it is? It's estrogen. And they give bioidentical therapy with estrogen. I know it's natural, but I don't like it because it's a growth hormone. Estrogen makes you a woman and makes a man a woman too, if you know what I mean. I know your estrogen's going down. You don't have to teach me that. Okay, I know that. Doc, I'm perimenopausal. My estrogen's going down. My doctor said, I know that. But I don't want you to take it because really we live in an estrogen-dominated world today. Almost every chemical mimics estrogen. It ain't safe. Estrogen makes breast cancer grow and grow. It's a growth hormone. I don't like it in terms of adding estrogen. I don't like it. I never did. Now, progesterone's another thing. Because again, and we teach this all the time here, that ladies, you need a balance of estrogen and progesterone. So if your estrogen's coming down normally, right, you're getting older. Of course your estrogen's coming down. But the key is a balance between estrogen and progesterone. Progesterone. Pro-babies. You think estrogen, your master hormone, ladies. It really isn't. It's progesterone. That's what balances things out. And that's why I was in the business of blocking estrogen. What? Yeah. Blocking it for breast tissue. Again, I'll get my charts out. These are estrogen tests. Unfortunately, very few people do them, but you can actually see them. And again, for those listening on a podcast at a later date, I'm showing scans of estrogen. Okay, hold on. Where's my other one now? Oh, here they are. All right. I'm going to show you before and after, okay? Again, I've shown you this before for those who are very familiar, but just for folks, okay? And what I'm showing here is screens of scans. See all the spots on the chest wall? That's estrogen. And this lady looked like a leopard spots because she had so much estrogen. I said, that's dangerous. Estrogen makes you a woman. Lovely. But you don't want it just hanging around your breast tissue. We need to block that and get rid of that. And that's what we did. We blocked estrogen, extra estrogen. Doesn't mean you're not going to be a woman. It means it's going to protect you from breast cancer. And this is a year later. You can see, okay, clear here. All the estrogen gone. Okay? We blocked it. That's what DIM does. D-I-M. Okay? It's an extract from broccoli. but it's an extract of it. What are you going to eat? 20 pounds of broccoli a day? No, you take an extract. You dim it out. And I'm very big on that, even with men. Because men over the age of 50 especially, and it's even younger than that today, they got more estrogen than their wives. Because they're out of shape and they don't have enough testosterone. That's a big problem in our society today. Men with low T. I read a statistic the other day that it's losing 1% a year. Holy moly. Low testosterone. And their estrogen is coming out their ears. And that's what makes their prostate grow. Ladies, breast cancer needs estrogen. It's a growth hormone. It makes you a woman, and that's beautiful, but not if it's all around your breast tissue. So we dim it out. Why do you think I like flax seeds? Why do I like flax seeds? Because they dim it out. They dim estrogen down. It's the only seed that does. It's the only seed with the amount of lignans in there that'll block your estrogen, the extra estrogen. Don't worry, you'll still be a woman, okay? Even if you're just blocking extra estrogen, okay? I don't want you to be a man, but it'll do the job. I'm big on that. Okay, so we got not enough vitamin D. We have way too much estrogen. There's estrogen coming out our ears, guys. We live in a world that's dominated by xenoestrogens. Every chemical, every fertilizer, every pesticide, it's in everything. People go, Dr. Martin, I'm organic all the way. Well, good for you. I'm happy. I want you. If you can, good for you. But if your address ends with planet Earth, okay? You live on planet Earth, you're surrounded by estrogen. Okay? What? Yeah, even on your organic everything, your organic garden, and I like that. Organic meat, I like that. Organic eggs, I love that. I love it, I do. But if you think you're getting away from plastic, it's a reality check. It's the world in which we live in. I'm sorry. All the tea in China ain't gonna fix it. And I'm not a doomsday guy. I'm telling you the truth so that you can protect yourselves. If you understand you live on a planet, it ain't perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, what do we do, Doc? That's the key. What do we do? Well, get your vitamin D levels up. In the United States, I like even above 60. In Canadian numbers, I like minimum of 150. Better at 200 for your vitamin D levels. If you want your immune system to be Top Gun. Okay? Reduce estrogen. The one that's dominant. Okay? Reduce it. Dim it out. 3, reduce insulin. Another growth hormone. You knew I was going to say it. I'm a food guy. And insulin's a food hormone. And we live in a world today where 93% of the population has a problem with insulin. They got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. And we're not helping cancer rates because insulin is a growth hormone. Insulin makes things grow. It'll take a fat cell in your breast tissue, make them grow. They'll take a cancer cell and make it grow. You want to lower that. What's the best way to do it? EMC, the 30-day reset. Eggs, meat, and cheese. Lowers your insulin. Here's another one. And I know I'm going to hear it, but so I got to tell you. And this is something you rarely hear. You know what is involved in breast cancer? Oxalates. Did you read my book, Sun, Steak, and Steel? I talk about that. Oxalates. Surprising. When they take healthy breast tissue and compare it to pathological breast tissue, you know what they find? In the pathological breast tissue, the abnormal breast tissue, lots of oxalates. Oh, I've been screaming about this for so long. I've been telling ladies, you're not meant to live on salad. I know they tell you that's the best thing for you. You want to get rid of cancer, you better stop your red meat because that gives you cancer, and eat fruits and vegetables. Be careful with that. Because oxalates, okay? Oxalates, little glass. Because that's what oxalates are, little glass in the breast tissue. It's not good. You know those green smoothies? I remember this is years ago on a radio show saying, you know, the green smoothie with spinach and, you know, the green, they got to be good. Oh, that'll detox you and all that. I think, well, you know what? It's just the opposite. And then you use, they put almond milk in there. You know what? That's giving you 200 times more oxalates than you need. Yeah, but Dr. Martin, everybody tells me it's healthy. Yeah, well, I disagree with that. I disagree with that. Here are the top foods with oxalates found on, let's just see here. Where's my steak one? As I go to it. Sun, Steak, and Steel. Okay. What did I say here on page? Wait a minute. Let me get it. I think I'd know this by heart, but I don't. Okay. Here it is. Page 28. Spinach. Rhubarb. I like rhubarb. Almonds. Oh, Dr. Martin, what's better for me? Peanut butter or almond butter? Well, almond butter ain't better. It's full of oxalates. Okay? I see that in the grocery store. Almond butter, like, you know, and people, they go get it and they take it off the shelf and they're sort of looking down at the rest of the people that like peanut butter. Peanut butter is no good for you. They don't say it, but they want to. I know what's better for me, and that's almond butter. They look down their nose at you. It's full of oxalates. It ain't better for you. Quit drinking green smoothies. And I used to tell them that for cancer. I said, are you crazy? Those are full of oxalates. All right, guys. I got my blood pressure up. I love it. Okay. Interesting study, wasn't it? On vitamin D. And then we got down another rabbit trail, but that's all right. Okay, guys, we love you. I know I say that, but you guys know that, don't you? You know that. Right, I do. I missed you yesterday. Okay. I enjoy it. Okay, what's Friday? Question Answer Friday. Get your questions in. Okay? We want that. Okay, guys, we love you dearly. Talk to you soon.